it's considered a non-nutrient. We don't need oxalates, and they just happen to gut. Some oxalates might bind with certain minerals.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I'm joined again today by the beautiful Lindsey Zerker from the Kidney Nutritional Institute. So, Lindsey, thank you so much for joining me again. I really always appreciate you being on here and your wisdom and your time. So thank you.
Well, thanks for having me back. Happy to be here.
So oxalates, let's just dive straight in. So what are oxalates and why should people with kidney disease even know what this word means?
Yes. So oxalates, they are a substance that are found in plants, and in plants, they serve a really helpful purpose. They help regulate minerals and help protect against external issues that could harm the plant. And but for humans, it's considered a non-nutrient. We don't need oxalates, and they just happen to be in a lot of plant foods that we eat. And so for kidney disease, we like to pay attention to them because certain conditions can arise that can make people higher risk for absorbing more oxalates, and that can increase your risk of kidney stones. And then we've also found that for people who have PKD, that reducing oxalate intake may help to reduce the risk of cyst growth, but also we've noticed a lot of different type of symptom improvement, like flank pain and joint pain and things like that.
Amazing. So what do oxalates do? So obviously I think we call them an anti-nutrient, right? Because they're really for plants and not for humans. So tell me, what do oxalates do and how do they interact with the body that makes them potentially detrimental? And why do some people handle them fine and other people don't?
Yeah. So when you eat a plant that has oxalates in it, the food will be broken down in the gut and the oxalates are released from the plants. And in the gut, some oxalates might bind with certain minerals like calcium. And that means that people aren't going to absorb those bound oxalates very well. So they'll pass out through the stool. But free oxalates are absorbed and then they're removed through the kidneys, through the urine. And sometimes people can be more prone to absorbing oxalates if they have some gut issues. One of the biggest ones is if you aren't digesting your fat very well. And this can happen if you've had your gallbladder taken out, or sometimes if you've even had, you're on medications or other things that reduce your stomach acid, that will reduce the amount of enzymes to help break down your fat. And what happens then is if you have all this extra fat that isn't being broken down, then it will actually bind up the calcium. And so the calcium isn't really free to help bind up those oxalates. This can also happen if you've had any type of GI surgery, like for weight loss, like gastric bypass, things like that. And so that is one of the specific reasons why people, they might absorb more oxalates. Sometimes people may just have, there's different things that I've heard that can increase oxalate absorption. And I don't know if, like what's going on with the transporters or if it's a spike protein or whatever, but I've definitely had people hyperabsorb oxalates for like really unique individual reasons. But I think that the poor digestion is the biggest reason why people might absorb more oxalates.
Yeah, that's definitely what I see too. Okay. If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. And if you want to be informed every time we put out a video, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you have any comments or you'd like Lindsey or me to interview anyone on any specific areas, make sure you leave some comments below and I will get back to you. Hey, Lindsey, thanks again. Always appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll get you back on again. I think we need to, there's a few more things I want to pick your brains about, so we'll have to do that.
Thanks so much for having me, Fiona. It's always great to chat with you.
Yeah, you too. All right, you enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, thanks for being part of our community. We will see you next time. Bye.